Live with Tao. In deep meditation, you come to feel existence. When in deep meditation, you come to feel the existence, then mind is no more. A beginningless, endless flow of energy, of cosmic force, an infinite ocean surrounds you. And you are just like a wave on the surface of the ocean. The wave has a beginning and as an end. It arises, strikes with the shore, and then dissolves back into the ocean. Such is your existence. One day on the surface of the ocean of life, you came into existence as a wave and then disappear in the vastness of meditatively living your life, dissolve in the vastness of the ocean. Even while living, when this happens, your existence comes as one of the waves on the surface of the ocean, and as you traversing in life, the wave dissolves. You experience that the wave has dissolved into the vastness of the ocean. This is the near shore of awakening. Then you realize that under all circumstances and situations, there is tranquility. You are dealing with different objects and beings, facing on a moment to moment number of circumstances and situations, but there is inner serenity of fulfillment. It is the state when you realize that you have found the shore under all circumstances and situations. An ecstatic Tao sings, जिंदगी के समंदर में उठा था एक दिन लहरों सा. One day I rose like one of the myriad waves on the surface of the ocean of life. Mid आज चला सागर की गहराई में. The state of awakening has come, dissolved in the vastness of the ocean. The wave, the life as a wave, has dissolved in the vastness of the ocean. रह गई एक खामोशी सी हर मौज में. Then there is a silence, a dancing, a pulsating, a blossoming silence under all circumstances and situations. Silence can be of the graveyard, saddened. Silence can be a dancing silence, dancing in the glory of the sun. When the inner sun has awakened, you have experienced the inner awakening, then too the dancing begins. That is a dancing silence, as if you have found a shore. Then there remains the dancing, a singing, a pulsating silence under all circumstances and situations. रह गई ये खामोशी सी हर मौज में. In every circumstance and situation, there is a constant state that cannot be explained into the words. Moj is that situation that you are moving in your own inner joy, unaware of whatsoever is happening in and around you. You are moving in your own inner glory, inner blossoming, inner joy, inner fulfillment. Have you seen an elephant walking? Its walk is kind of a careless walk. So when a person attains to that state, his every movement becomes careless, out of total freedom, out of inner blossoming, out of dancing, irrespective of whatsoever is happening in and around you. There may be, everything may topple, may disappear, but that has not affected your innerness in any way. रह गई खामोशी सी हर मौज में, then you can ecstatically sing. तूफानों को जैसे साहिल मिल गया रह गुजर में. It is a state as if the storms have found the shore in every circumstance and situation. As if the storms have found shore. This is the state. When meditation deepens, you feel existence. There is no mind remaining. You come to realize the beginningless, endless flow of energy, of cosmic force, and infinite oceans surrounding you. You realize you came into the world just like a wave. The wave has a beginning, an end. As a wave, you must die. You must born. But as an ocean, you are never born, never died. And once you know that you are not the wave-visited ocean, what happens? All misery disappears. You realize the state when every circumstances and situations bring inner silence, inner peace, inner harmony. No circumstance and situation creates any kind of disturbance in and around you. रह गई खामोशी सी हर मौज में. That is the state comes in. When you realize, the moment you realize that you were born as a wave, living as a wave, but your reality is that of an unfathomable ocean, never born, never dies. Misery disappears. The state comes, रह गई एक खामोशी सी हर मौज में. रह गई एक खामोशी सी हर मौज में. This is a beautiful composition, and I'll give you a little introduction how this composition came into existence. In one evening, afternoon, I went to visit a friend of ours who was visiting as a university professor in the University of the West Indies from India. He was of Kashmiri origin, a Kashmiri Pandit, Professor Ratan Lal Hangulu. I and he were alone at his apartment. He asked me how much sugar to put in my tea. I said, do you have a piece of paper and pen? Give me. He said, wait, let me put the tea to make first and then I'll tell you. The same time, the words overflowed. जिंदगी के समुंदर में उठा था एक दिन लहरों सा, मिट आज चला सागर की गहराई में, रह गई खामोशी सी हर मौज में, तूफानों को जैसे साहिल मिल गया हर रहगुजर में। जिंदगी के समुंदर में उठा था एक दिन लहरों सा, मिट आज चला सागर की गहराई में, रह गई ये खामोशी सी हर मौज में, तूफानों को जैसे साहिल मिल गया हर रहगुजर में। It is a beautiful composition. If someone converts this into a song, into a melody, in Hindi, English, or any language of the choice, it will be a great transforming force for anybody who listens to it. And this, after that, the song was never written. It just entered into it became the part of my being. And it, like a life force, like the breath, like the vision came. And again, whenever circumstance and situation comes, I explain this in myriad ways. It's a beautiful composition once converted into a song of the language of the choice of the singer. जिंदगी के समंदर में उठा था एक दिन लहरों सा. One day I rose like one of the myriad waves on the surface of the ocean of life. मिट आज चला सागर की गहराई में, dissolve in the vastness of the ocean today. A great happening. When it is a great moment when the wave dissolves in the vastness of the ocean. Thereafter what remains? रह गई ये खामोशी सी हर मौज में. Thereafter there is a dancing silence under all circumstances and situations. The moment you experience that moment drop merging into the ocean, there comes a dancing silence, a singing and overflowing, a glowing silence deep within you under all circumstances and situations. You may face different circumstances and situations on a moment-to-moment basis, but none of these can disturb you anymore. Misery disappears. Bliss overflows. And that state now, finally you can say this is a state when तूफानों को जैसे साहिल मिल गया हर रहगुजर में. A state as if the storms of life, the vicissitudes of life, the disturbance of life have found a shore. What is this deep ocean? What is deep down in your misery? What is deep down in your misery? In the deep down, there is death. When the wave returns back after striking the shore, it dissolves, disappears. Death has happened to that wave. But you are afraid of some end which is going to be there. It is absolutely certain. Nothing is as certain as death. The fear, the trembling, whatsoever you do, you are helpless. Nothing can be done. Death is going to be there. Such is the state of the wave. It must dissolve, it must disappear, but it has no mind. As long as, and you have a mind, that's why you are trembling, afraid, fearful. The moment meditation deepens, you realize feel the existence, mind disappears, then nothing happens. Only then this can happen. Each circumstances and situation brings bliss to you, not otherwise. So after that, when mind disappears with this meditation, the trembling disappears, no fear of death remains, no circumstances and situations create a disturbance in you. And that goes on and on inside the conscious and unconscious mind. Sometimes it erupts in the conscious mind and you become afraid of death. You push it down. This is what we are doing. When a circumstance and situation comes beyond our capability, we push it under the carpet. Pushing under the carpet is pushing in the state of unconsciousness. Every moment being afraid of death, being afraid of the results, you push that into that end, into the unconscious. Mind is going to die. Mind must die. In meditation, that is what happens. With mind, fear disappears. Disturbance disappears. But you are not to die. But you do not know yourself. The only acquaintance that you have is with your mind, with your egocentric identities, with your conditionings. And that is what mind is comprised of. You know something which is just created by the circumstances and situations, created by the priestly community, given to you by your parents. It has a beginning and it has an end. It is a beginning itself. For no reason it comes into existence. You look at it. A circumstance comes, problems erupt from nowhere, sometimes through your imaginations. The problem, the way you accentuate it, you look at it, is not in that magnitude. You are the creator of it. And when you introspect, you go into meditativeness, it is going to come to an end. That which begins must end. And you are living only between these two shores, that has a beginning, that has an end. That's why the life is miserable. You can live into the world, pass through the circumstances and situations that has a beginning and an end. But at the same time, deep down, you are aware of your presence that was never born, never died. This is my entire teaching to you, my way of sharing with you. It's not a teaching in a way. I am not imposing anything on you. I am simply sharing it with you. If it appeals to you, accept it. If it does not, just let it go where it wants to go. It is up to you to accept it or not. But one thing is certain, if you accept it, live by this, there will be a transformation in your life that you have never known before. That choice is also yours. You know something which has been just created. A circumstance comes. A situation is created, is born. Just as you have seen, when you put the food, it has a certain kind of a life. The kind of fertilizers has been used to nourish that plant. What are these fertilizers? They are the egocentric identities and conditionings that nourish and nurture you. Just as the kind of a fertilizer is being used for flowers, their shelf life becomes less, shorter and shorter, and then they begin to rot. And when the germs that are born, where they are born from not from outside, they are born from within. So what is happening? Fear is that worm that has born out of you. Nowhere else. Many things that this may happen, that may happen, all these are born out of you. I have not given you, nobody has given you. Only existence has created a circumstance and situations around you. And based on the fertilizer that has been provided to you in your life by your parents, by the priestly community, and that which you have gathered on your own free will as a gardener of your own inner life, then these germs are born out of nowhere. Just created thing, it has a beginning, it must come to an end with awareness only. That which begins must end. If you can find within yourself, your being, something which has no beginning, which has no end, which simply is, this is why the past has a beginning, ignorance has a beginning. Ignorance has no beginning, but it ends. Ignorance has no beginning, but it ends. Enlightenment has a beginning and never ends. So ignorance has vanished, is dissolved. Enlightenment, life of awakening has begun. It will never come to an end. This is this very moment. The past must dissolve. The future has never to be the source of inspiration to you. You are living this very moment. And now you are not worried about living this moment because you have experienced something deep within. You know that this circumstance and situation has come like a wave and on the surface of the ocean. It must strike to the shore and must dissolve. During the process, it is moving from the center, from where it has come into existence, to the shore, where it will strike and will return back to its source, ineffective. When it was moving from the shore, from its origin, it has a great force. It has a great force, effect. The moment it strikes the shore, what is the shore? The shore of awakening. When it strikes the awakening, your trust, your certitude, it strikes there and gets ineffective. Its intensity is reduced, Have you seen the wave coming from the center, reaching to the shore, striking the shore of tranquility, the shore of awareness, the shore of understanding, the shore of trust, the shore of love? It becomes ineffective and it returns back to the shore as if nothing has happened. Many times you will realize things like these happen in your life when you have found the shore, the tranquility, the trust, the love in you. First, the shore has to be outside you. Then it becomes part of you. So you come in the company of awakened one. He comes like a shore where circumstances and situations in the form of waves strike. Strike with that trust that you have, the love that you have, and the understanding that trust and love brings into you. That circumstance that could have created a disturbance, a great storm in your life, strike there and returns back ineffective, as if it has never disturbed you. At times, traversing through life's roads, you will experience that moment. I'm sure by now you have experienced that moment. Remembrance of that is important. Then you realize that there is no problem with any circumstance and situations. I have a shore that has been created through my love and trust. And with the confluence of love and trust, understanding has born in you as the offspring. Understanding is the offspring of love and trust. Love is feminine in nature. Trust is masculine energy, masculine in nature. When love and trust interact with one another, the offspring comes as understanding. And this understanding guides you each moment. And whenever any disturbance or a storm is coming into your life, as you are traversing through the circumstances and situations, objects and beings, the same understanding that is born out of the confluence, out of the conjugal relationship between love and trust, awareness is born. And that always remains an infant until it grows, becomes a part of you. Then it becomes a deep understanding. And then no fear of any kind remains. All disappears. When all fear disappears, love flows through you. A different kind of a love. This is also another form of love. Love that you have expressed through you. Love that you have in someone in the shore. Love is a shore. And then love, as the light flows out of you, as the lamp of inner awakening. How can you love when there is fear? How can you can simply cling to someone as long as you have not known love. You can use someone, but then love will not be there. You can exploit someone, but that is not love. Love is possible when fear is no more there. And fear disappears only when there is trust. That's why the conjugal interaction between love and trust gives birth to awakening. The conjugal interaction between love and trust gives birth to awakening. Then there is no fear. Fear disappears. You realize as a wave you exist only for a certain period of time until the wave strikes the shore, and then it will dissolve in the ocean. Enough for now.